I thought, you know, gave up the first goal. Um, but then again showed the character that we've been showing a lot this year with when we go down in the lead. Um, I mean, we scored. I mean, Lucha's offside goal. You're talking about margins, and then we Tatar scores. Um, I thought we created enough chances to win the game for sure. It just some of the decision making uh, led to demise. And that's, I mean, what I told the guys is I think we are where we are because we don't play an entire 95 plus minutes. We're in every game. You can take the 5-0 San Diego game out, but we're toe to toe with everybody. Um, and we just have moments where we switch off. Um, I mean, tonight, their first goal is on a throw in that gets flicked in behind Patrickson, and we take a guy down. Like that was a moment we switched off. Um, and you can't do that at this level, right? Like these are the margins that you win and lose by. And um, so we've got until we become like the consistent, in a consistent manner that we play minute 1 through 95 with respect to organization, with grit, determination. I mean, and do the necessary stuff to all the, you take care of the details that go into winning. You know, I don't feel like we value the details yet. And but I would argue in every game there's a spell or multiple spells where we're the better team on the field. And you know, take Cincinnati, Philly tonight, San Diego's first. I mean, I truly believe we can play. We can beat anybody. I really believe that. Call me naive if you want, but I see what I see, um, and sometimes the game can be deceiving. And tonight, this one's gonna hurt because at 2-1 up, we we let our guard down. We let our guard down and got stung. And then the third, I mean, again, it's learning how to win and taking care of the details. We didn't take care of the details.
Speaking of details, there seemed to be a little bit of a problem giving up runs from central off the ball, sort of coming in behind the midfielders, not getting picked up. Was that just a case of missing players of that sort of
When you
defensive?
speak I don't know, really don't know what you're referring to. You're talking about midfielders running through where?
Running in behind the FC Dallas midfield, not getting tracked.
Were they running into a center back that was free?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we're not going to have our midfielder track a midfielder through the last line when he can pass him on to a center back, which would put us in a line of 6, 7, 8 guys. So that would never be a tactic we would use. If there's a guy, if a midfielder's running through to a center back, he's supposed to leave him to that and keep his shape and keep your structure. But if he's running back to, if he's not tracking somebody that's wide open and there's nobody to take him, that's a problem, right? So I don't I don't mean to be. It's a little bit confusing as to what you're speaking. I would need to see like a clip of something. Nothing's in my mind clear that. I mean, I think their style of play, their midfielders run out of midfield. I mean, they run out of they had their outside backs running through the last line to try to, you know, throw us off and track them where you don't want to. You don't need to track them. Keep an offside line. They keep running, and we keep our structure. They do that. They do some intricacies that just unselfishly run through the back line, and even when the guy in the ball is not even has his head up. It's a tactic to draw players and move players around and pull your shape apart. So I'll take a look at it, but I don't know exactly the moment maybe you're speaking of.
no, totally. Appreciate that. I was thinking more like Lozano's goal later on kind of got lost in between the lines. And there
Was
was
that the
a,
second goal?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was the one where Siki plays a ball, high in the air that, was underplayed that put them off on a numbers ahead counterattack. And Chucky is a fast player. We don't want to give up transition to a guy like Chucky. So when he plays the ball wide and starts running through, they had multiple runners. It was a moment that didn't need to happen. And I haven't looked at it again exactly, but in my vague mind, I mean, he's committed to the back post. Guy gets on the ball and whips it hard, and guys need to be tracking, and we shouldn't give up that goal. But counterattacks typically happen off of careless errors, and that's what happened.
Coach, just curious what the message was after this game, especially with another game coming up at home next Friday.
I mean, I can't. The effort was there. It's not like I'm watching a team that's not giving effort, and we had chances. I would argue when it's 2-2, we had two huge chances to go 3-2 up before they scored. That's the margins. That's the margins of it, of every sport. That's why it's called. We talk about moments. You take your moments or you don't, and they took their moment for the third goal. And we don't want to give up 3 goals. We can't. We got to stop bleeding goals. But we had our chances. So I like what we created with the ball tonight. I thought we were bright. We had plenty of chances to win the game. For me, it was more of disappointment on the type of goals we gave up.
We'll have one question from the Zoom.
Buzz Carrick, third degree coach. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yep.
You were missing tonight 2 guys that I think of as your vocal organizers in the back, Urgide and Ibiaga. How did you feel like Abubakar or Alvaro did, whichever one was supposed to be the more organized leader back there? How did you think your collective defense fared without those 2 vocal leaders that you normally would have one or the other of?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lawless is more of the communicator. I mean, Alvaro doesn't speak English; he speaks Portuguese, so he's not going to be really, unless it's, even though he is learning English very fast and he is a vocal guy, and he will be great. He's young and he's figuring the league out and at light speed right now, and there's. I got to look at the third goal. I got to figure out where Alvaro's positioning. But he's a 19, 20-year-old kid. So these are the growing pains of playing a young talent. But I believe in this kid. This kid's going to be great. He's going to be a star. And sometimes it takes. You don't want him to be. You don't want him to be the game-changing mistake. But sometimes, that's how players get. That's how they grow. So Lalos is more the backline communicator, and Lalos is a warrior, gives his heart and soul to the game every time he's out there. Thought he fought hard tonight, I thought both center backs sniffed out a bunch of stuff, but got to look at who they were in the wide areas when these goals happened. Maybe they're losing track of guys, and that's probably what happened. But I haven't looked at the goals in close caption, so I can't really speak to what happened to them yet.
Thank you, Buzz. And with that will conclude tonight's post-match press conference with head coach Eric Quill. Thank you for attending and have a great night.
Thanks, guys.